All right. We have Joey McIntyre from the New Kids who ran the marathon is on the phone. Joseph, good morning.
Hi, buddy.
Boy, I got to tell you, Joe, I love talking to you. I sure as hell wish it was under better circumstances.
Yeah, me too. I don't know, how much I can talk about it because, man,
I don't know if all of our Joe. I don't know if all of our listeners know that you yourself ran the marathon yesterday.
I did. I ran it under 4. It happened. I now know it happened like 11 minutes after I finished, and I was sitting in Copley Square on a bench talking to some guys, about that was my first marathon and whatnot, and then we just heard the blast, and it sounded like a cannon, It sounded like a cannon. I know a lot of people. It was like an old, I don't know, colonial cannon or whatever, and they thought it was like part of the exposition. And oh man, and you just kind of knew. I mean, people were in shock. I think people wanted to think it was something else, but it was. It was what it was, and my dad was. My dad was right across the street, and so I called him, and he wasn't going to stick around because he just was there to see me, and he's 80 years old, and his eyes aren't very good. So he was. I had a good feeling that he was already walking my way, and he was, and I met him over at the Westin, and some fans came running up to me. They had shirts, and we just kind of cried together for a little bit, and then I saw my dad, and then, of course, I called my wife, and, she's all excited. She doesn't know, she's like, you made it, and then I just,
We're talking with Joey McIntyre, our dear friend, obviously, from the New Kids on the Block, who ran his first marathon. Jesus, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say, Joe. I mean, congratulations on finishing a marathon. I mean, you did do it. You did a great thing, separate, of course, from the tragedy. But
and everybody just thinks of course, it's all about that. These people that have to deal with these injuries and the death, and I can't. And it's tough because now you just want to get mad,
Yeah, we talked about this earlier with a couple of callers. There's just so many. There's a range of feelings. My own daughter was right there, and thank God she's safe and fine. Shook up, of course, but she's safe. Goodness. But I mean, I've been, angry and on the other hand, sort of the opposite, thankful that she's safe and. Yeah, I mean, you cannot put a bow on this, Joe. No. I mean, it's a range of feelings that are, that range from, terror to fear to anger to sadness to appreciation of the caregivers and the police and everything in between. And anyway, Joe, you're one of our dear friends, and you and I have known each other for many, many years, and not just you and me personally, but also the guys in the band, and Jordan's been on with us a lot, and Donnie's been on with us a lot. And, we feel very close to you guys, both personally and professionally. We're very proud that you ran the marathon. I know that you did it for charity, and you did a wonderful thing. I don't want that to, as horrible as this is. I feel like I want to tell you to not take this away from what you did. I know how hard you trained. I know how it's personal to you and your child, how much this charity meant to you personally. I really feel like you're allowed to keep that, your pride that you have in yourself, Joe. you can feel sad for the tragic part of it, but I don't want you to not acknowledge what you've done, because I know it affected you very personally with your child, and this marathon meant a lot to you personally, and I don't want you to you don't have to give that up, Joe. You're allowed to have that. You're allowed to have your personal pride in what you did, and knowing you did wonderful things for other kids, and so I don't want you to have to lose that. I don't want you to have I don't want the terrorist or wherever
if he does lose it, the terrorists win.
Yeah, don't give that away. And I'm glad you called in, and it's great to hear from you, and we'll get together under better circumstances. Okay, Joe?
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely a process, and I know we will come back stronger, and this is a tradition like no other, and it's a great city, so there'll be time for all that, but I hope you guys hang in there with all this, and we will see each other in the future for sure.
Okay, Joe, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
Good luck, buddy.
Joey McIntyre, whose son has hearing problems, and I know that he ran to help other children, and and of course Joey is Joey. I mean, everybody knows Joey in Boston, and he's he's one of our guys.